And welcome back to the channel. As always, I go by the name of Liam, and today we've got a lot of Manchester United updates for you. Some big news coming out around Manchester United at the moment. Let me just shut that window because it's getting a little drafty. So yeah, big news on the agenda for today. First off, Amorim is pushing for a big clear out. He's saying the clear out needs to start now. It is obviously his first summer transfer window, so it needs to go well, really. Other news in regards to a goalkeeper. There's some Emi Martinez news, potentially seeing Onana leaving. Mbeumo, second big bid is pending. Some news with that coming up. Gyökeres, there is some news with that. Are we to expect a delay in regards to bringing him in? 1 second, I'm just turning my aircon on because it is hot today. It's the only bad thing about doing videos in your car. Also got a few things to touch on in regards to Amorim wanting a midfielder. Also, Mail Sport have put an article out today advising lots of players who we expected to leave are going to leave this summer, but also a few names you may not have thought of. So a few people who may have potentially been safe and staying with the club might also be moving on. So before we get into all that, just a quick reminder, there is only 5 days left of this current transfer window. Will we see anything done in that time? Will we see any ins, any outs? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully. It is also World Cup year. We do have a World Cup coming up. So any players who may not potentially feature as part of their manager's plans, will they get moved on in order for game time? It is quite important, especially this year. If you want to make it to your national squad, you need to be playing for your club. So if your manager, Ruben Amorim in this instance, comes out and tells you that you're not going to feature in his plans, would you look for a new club? The reason I say in this is thinking of people like Casemiro. I know obviously he's on a very good wage. He's very happy at Man United. But is that because other clubs won't pay what we're paying? If Amorim said to him, I'm sorry, your game time's, I don't know, your first, fourth, fifth in line, game time's not going to be there for you, would he potentially move on? Or would he stay and see what happens? Something to think about. But yeah, the big story for today, I guess, is Emi Martinez. There is more news coming out that Manchester United say they're looking to move Onana on. Apparently, there's a strong interest in Emi Martinez, currently at Aston Villa. And, you know, that type of goalkeeper, he's 32 at the moment. So, in terms of a goalkeeper, still very much in his prime. Or he may not have even hit his prime yet. It's hard to say with a goalkeeper. You could sign him today and get 10 years out of him. But ultimately, he's not going to be the type of goalkeeper who sits in at number 2. So if we sign him, it is going for that number 1 jersey. I know Onana doesn't wear number 1, but we're not signing him to be a backup. We're signing him to be our goalkeeper. We also know that Aston Villa are in a very bad shape financially, so they need to sell. A few weeks ago, it was reported that taking him from Villa would cost anywhere up to 40 million. But now new reports are saying that Aston Villa have priced a goalkeeper between 25 and 30 million. So at 32 years old, I think it could be a good deal if we can get him for 25 mil. Like I said, there's a lot of time left in his career. If you think of, I don't know, Van der Sar, Buffon, none of them are young, or none of them were young, especially when they reached their prime. Van der Sar at United is a prime example. Ben Jacobs has said Martinez is Manchester United's number 1 target for a goalkeeper, but only if Onana leaves. And to be fair, it's gone a little bit quiet in regards to Onana leaving. The only reports I've seen have been linking him to Saudi. Again, Ben Jacobs is very good on the Saudi news, so for him to not mention this, I don't know if there is anything potentially being discussed. But again, Amorim has said from the start, attackers are his main area to fill. he's not too concerned about getting a goalkeeper in right now, as long as he gets one in once the window, or before the window shuts. Obviously, the team are going to be in pre-season. I think in his head, it's easier to integrate a goalkeeper into pre-season later on, whereas a striker or an attacking player, even a midfielder or a defender, you want them in, mixing with the club, playing with other players. So a goalkeeper is important, as long as it's done before the window shuts. There's no major rush to do that now. We don't need to prioritise a goalkeeper over a striker or a midfielder or anything else. So I do think a new goalkeeper will come. I do think there's going to be a little struggle to get Onana out of a club. I don't know where he's going to end up, or even if he's willing to leave. But I just think from how he's been playing and how we've been playing as a team, I don't even think it's a case of confidence anymore. I just don't think he's good enough. And I think the defenders, the rest of the team, they know that as well. So unfortunately, I don't see a future for Onana at Manchester United. But again, like I said, there's no real rush for a goalkeeper just yet. Another thing I've been thinking about, and I was thinking about this today, with the players we've been linked to. So obviously we've got Cunha, we've got Mbeumo potentially coming, we're linked to Gyökeres, and now maybe Martinez from Aston Villa. If we get the players we're linked to, what is a realistic finish for Manchester United this season? Like, could we aim at top 4? Is that a possibility? Because another thing I've been thinking, where we have one game a week, we have no European competition. So where other teams say they play on a Sunday and then they've got a game on the Wednesday, they've only got 3 days to prepare for their Wednesday game and then another 3 days to prepare for their Sunday game. We're going to play on a Saturday. We're probably going to get the rubbish time slots on a Saturday because we have no European football. So we don't need to spread it out. But then we've got a whole 7 days to prepare for our next game. So if we do get even some of the players that we're linked to, what would you feel is a good finishing position in the league for Manchester United? Can we say top 6? Is that realistic? I mean, if we had Gyökeres up front, we sorted out our goalkeeper, and maybe got one midfielder, why not? I mean, why could we not finish high in the league? I mean, is top 4 a shout? I'm not going to go crazy and say we're going to win the league, but look at the teams who have finished top 6 or top 4 this season. Does Manchester United, with the people that we're being linked to, have a better squad than those teams? And I think we do. So I think if we do get the likes of Gyökeres in, we've obviously got Cunha, we've got Mbeumo potentially coming, why not aim for top 4? We definitely have to aim at Champions League next season. And I don't mean by winning the FA Cup. I mean we need to finish in the top 4. I don't think that's unrealistic. But how many signings do you guys think we need to finish top 4? Comment below and let me know. Even if we get Gyökeres, Mbeumo and Cunha, and maybe a goalkeeper, is that enough to get top 4, top 6 for United? Obviously, we finished 15th this season, which was not good enough. But when you compare us to Villa, Forest, Newcastle, Chelsea, on paper, you'd have to say we have a better squad than those teams. Yes, the players are new and they're going to take time to gel. And don't forget, everyone else in the league is going to be strengthening up as well. So they're all signing players. We're not the only ones doing deals. But what will it take for United to finish in the top 4? Comment below and let me know. I'm interested to see your guys' thoughts on this. Also, going back to the goalkeeper story, if we do sign Martinez from Villa, his first 3 league games from us, he's going to miss. So if we sign him as a number 1 goalkeeper, we're going to be without him for 3 games because he got a red card for that challenge on Højlund. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. If we sell both our goalkeepers, we're going to need to buy 2. You know, I can't see Onana being a number 2 goalkeeper. So I feel if we sign a goalkeeper, we just need to clear out and we need to get 2 new goalkeepers in potentially. Yeah. Also, would you guys prefer a fully established goalkeeper, like 30, 32 years old, like Martinez? Or would you prefer to go for an unearthed treasure? Like kind of when we got De Gea, would you prefer someone like Barcelona have just signed? Someone who's young, someone who's not yet established? What is the sensible option here? Personally, I think experience could be good, providing we buy the right goalkeeper. And last time, we clearly got it wrong. So we didn't do it right last time. And to be fair, I would do anything to get De Gea back. If we can get him back, I would be happy. I know he's just signed a new deal, so it's very unlikely. But personally, I would take him back. I just love De Gea. Moving on. Mbeumo. Second bid is pending. First one, was it 45 plus 10? 55 in total was rejected. I think we're going to go back 50. I think we're going to give him the 50, and then we're going to add some add-ons onto it. We paid 62 for Cunha. Why don't we just give him 60 and just get it done? I mean, this back and forth. Let's just get it done. We know he's coming to us. He only wants to come to us, so he said. Let's just get the deal done. I don't feel we need to waste time with it. Also, very encouraging Gyökeres updates. But I just want to say, I've seen a lot of people sharing stuff and getting very far ahead of themselves. I just feel this Gyökeres thing is going to drag out a little bit. We know we need to sell people first, and it doesn't look like anybody's close to leaving at the moment. So there's only 5 days left of this current window. Then it closes for like a week and then reopens. I don't think we're going to get any major breakthroughs with Gyökeres, especially in the next 5 days. But even once the window reopens, I still don't think we're going to hear anything for a while. We need to sell players first. And I don't mean, say he costs 70 in total. We don't need to make 70 back. We just need to sell, I don't know, say we sold Garnacho for 40. That could be the first installment of Gyökeres. So all we need to do is get enough money to get the ball rolling. And then once we know there's money coming in, we can proceed with that. So we don't need to sell people and get the money all the way in order to pay for him. We're going to do everything in installments. So if we sold Garnacho for 40 million, that's enough for us to potentially bid and sign Gyökeres. Obviously, we'll space out the other remaining installments. So we don't need to make 70 million now to buy him, but we just need to make enough so we can show there's money coming in, and then we can get the deal done. But there has been very encouraging updates. I just want to say, don't get too far ahead of ourselves yet. If he signs, amazing, but don't be concerned if it does drag out. As long as we don't see Arsenal or someone else going back for him. There was talk about Atletico Madrid as well. That seems to have quieted down recently. So hopefully everybody is just content and happy that he's coming to United and everyone else backs off. I don't think that's going to be the case, but until we hear him linked with other clubs, we don't need to worry just yet. All we need to do is focus on selling people, getting some money in, and then we can start the ball rolling on bringing him to Old Trafford. At the moment, I feel the ball is in our court, but until it's done, it's not done. So we need to get that deal done. I feel we need to deal with it as a priority, but who knows? Speaking of selling players, we also know that Amorim is pushing for a big clear out that he wants to start ASAP. It is his first summer window, so as recent history shows, the first summer transfer window for a Man United manager tends to be good in terms of who we bring in. But also, it's worth pointing out, in his first Sporting transfer window, Amorim moved on or sold 25 players. So can you imagine this Man United team with 25 people off the books? We would literally be in heaven. Not Aiden, pause. It would be ideal. Obviously, we're not going to get anywhere near that gone because our players are different. They're on higher wages. They demand more. It's a lot harder to sell a Manchester United player. But if he could do something similar, you know, obviously with less people, it can only be good for us. We just need to clear out a lot of the deadwood, get some money coming in, and allow Amorim to put his spin on the team. At the moment, he's only bought one player, if we count Dorgu. It's not his team. It's not his midfield. It's not his... Well, obviously, he's bought Cunha now as well. And then Mbeumo, potentially. So it is starting to form his team. But at the moment, he's playing with players he's inherited from other managers. He hasn't put his stamp on things yet. Like the midfield I just mentioned is a key area, I think. You know, it's the main sort of engine of the team. We need someone good there. At the moment, we've got Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno, Mount, Collier, but none of them are Amorim players. I feel we need that one special person in the middle just to hold everything together, turn the ball around, move it on. Like, we just need somebody to do that, and I don't see Casemiro, Mainoo, Ugarte being that player. There are also a lot of reports today from Mail Online, or Mail Sport, sorry. They've reported that Onana, Mainoo, Garnacho and Antony are all likely to leave this summer. So I'm a bit disappointed about Mainoo, if I'm honest. All the rest I would expect. I would be happy if Onana left. I haven't seen many reports about him. But Mainoo, I feel he's the easy one to move. Casemiro's very happy at the team. He's on a very good wage. He obviously is focusing on the Brazil World Cup squad. He wants to be in that, so he's going to want game time. But also, we paid a lot to bring him in. So moving him on, we're not going to be able to make as much for him as we would like to. Whereas Mainoo is all pure profit. He's obviously homegrown, no transfer fee. So anything we sell for him is profit, which is why I feel, also he's got age on his side, which is why I feel he's a lot easier to sell, unfortunately, because I don't want him to go. I really don't want him to go. I want to keep him. But I feel if we have to get rid of somebody to bring in that player I was trying to describe in the middle, I feel it's going to be Mainoo who does get moved on. A couple of people we've been linked to, Edison, Wharton, Douglas Luiz. There's a lot of potential people who could play in the middle for us. But again, we need to sell people. So in terms of outgoings, Garnacho looks like he's going to Napoli. Still waiting for something concrete on that, but that's the most likely destination for him. Rashford, we know he's holding out for Barcelona. It looks as if Liverpool have removed Luis Diaz from that scenario. So I think Rashford is Barca's only target at the moment. They have just signed a goalkeeper. But it's looking like if he goes anywhere, it could be Barcelona for Rashford. Antony also potentially staying in Spain. Real Betis are looking to make his loan permanent. Sancho, who knows? I don't know where he's going to end up. Hopefully he goes to Saudi or somewhere and we can get some decent money for him. Højlund, there's talk about Inter, but there's also a lot of talk about a loan to Inter, which, again, it gets him off our book, so we save some wages. Potentially puts him in the shop window for us to sell him in the future, but it doesn't give us instant cash, which we need at the moment. And then Onana, he's the only other one, really, with potential links to Saudi. But, again, nothing concrete. So that is pretty much it for today's news update so far. There will be more as the day progresses, and I will be coming back with additional updates for you. So comment below and let me know which player, in or out, you're most excited for. For me, I think the big news at the moment is Onana leaving, and if we get him off our books, whoever we bring in as a goalkeeper, I'd be happier. I'd be more confident. I just think it needs to happen. But yeah, Gyökeres, I'm not expecting any updates on him in a while. Hopefully we get Bueno done ASAP, just so we've got 2 in, 120 million spent, and we can focus on pre-season. But yeah, that is it. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Why not drop a like on this video? And as always, I've been Liam. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.